today. Let me minimize my stuff. I had a whole bunch of stuff open.
Mhm.
Hey, great day, great day, great day. Welcome to the Dispute Panda live call. We will be covering the free version. We will be opening the floor to ask any questions. We like to give the first 5 to 10 minutes or so for open questions, open forum. So Miss Angela, welcome to the room. Did you have any questions or concerns while we're waiting for some more people to come into the room tonight? Ooh, excuse me. Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm good. No, I don't have anything. I'm just here to salivate in it and move forward.
I love that. I love that. Just to ask, are you already in the Dispute Panda community?
I am. I'm just not active. I'm not doing anything. And it's time for me to get busy. I just finished my tax season. So I've kind of
Oh,
made all my clients aware that, after the 15th, we're about to be on fire. So I I'm just ready to do what I gotta do.
I love that. I love that. Well, welcome to the room. We're going to be covering the Dispute Panda software. We are going to go over how the software works. And when we're done today, you will know how to use the platform, load a client in, and get a free round of disputes. I
Okay.
just like to make sure that everyone has an open forum. So I love parking lot. So if you guys who are coming in now have any questions once we get started, you can drop the questions in the chat. I do like to stop and look at them in between breaks. I like to kind of go through all of them. So if you guys do think of a question, it's like, hey, how do I get this done? Or how do I get that done? And I'm in the middle, you can interject. Let's start there. I like live in the moment stuff. I am your host, Raquel May David, and our co-host is David Sanchez. We were meant to be. That's what I say every call. We were meant to be. So we are here to help you guys with navigating the world's most effective, efficient AI-powered software. So we normally give everyone about 10 minutes to kind of get in. So if you guys have questions, concerns, comments, please, you can come off of mute, ask your questions while we're allowing people to come in the room. And right at 8:10, we are going to dive in. Dive in. Mr. King, do you have any questions, concerns, or comments for you? For us? For you. Lord, help me. Do you have any questions for us? And Ms. Nash, you do have the system. You do have the system. You just haven't been actively using it because it was tax season, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Cool, 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 cool. Did tax season overwhelm or was it a good tax season for you?
It was a bit overwhelming because not only did I run my own office, I actually took on with working for Tax Act as a tax expert
Okay.
and online, and it was enlightening, but it let me know a lot of things that we don't know culturally about what to do with money. So uh, it kind of had me a few sleepless nights.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, but not in a bad way, just in a way that how can I make it a benefit for others? I sell life insurance. I wear a lot of hats. So I sell life insurance. I'm a tax preparer. I'm a salon owner in
okay.
2 states. In 2 states.
Oh,
And yeah, and I realized that a lot of people are hindered by their credit.
yes.
And that's why I was like, just wait a minute, y'all. I got y'all. I got y'all. So,
I love
um,
it.
yeah, so I got a lot of folks waiting on me to sit here like I'm doing right now because I had some other. I'm trying to do some CEU hours for my insurance class, but I looked at my email. I was like, stop. Here I
Hammer time. My bad. I will break out in
am.
song as long as y'all are here. I'm officially Goofy. I am the first child. Just roll with me, y'all. Roll with me.
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
here.
that.
So
I love that. So are you putting together a course that you can then just sidebar,
I,
pivot?
I would like to. I would
Okay.
like to. And I'm going to sit here and get a feel and get some of this energy
Yeah.
and take some of what I know out of it and be a student.
Okay.
And that's usually the issue because my leadership usually gets in the way. But I have a friend that they had a business here in Chicago because I'm Chicago and Atlanta, but
Okay.
they had a very lucrative credit company outside of Metro 2 compliant,
Mm-hmm.
probably about 15 years ago. And
Okay.
he's still, when I shared this with him, he was just like, ah, you do that, you do that, you do that. So he's very traditional, but
Right.
I was just like, dude, we got to get with the new. And so I'm here to be a student and shut up.
And you have to merge them together. So this class, one thing I love about Dispute Panda is while you are, so everyone is different, right? I'm Caribbean. So Caribbean based is who I am. I'm from Jamaica. My family is all about
Love
the
it.
certificate, the degree, them, all that thing and thing. So for me, it was always like I need to absorb and learn and learn and learn and get the accreditations that I need behind me, right? Dispute Panda gives you the ability to hit the ground running while you're learning how to implement. So a lot of times what I tell
Okay.
people is if you're trying to figure out where do I start, Dispute Panda gives you a system, they give you a flow. Literally, it doesn't matter what your client is going through. This flow is going to work for your client because it's been tested, it's been proven, we know it works, right? So it gives us a easier platform for us to
Mm-hmm.
navigate the waters
Yep. So
for
I
the
guess I guess I'm trying to just figure out how to price it.
Ooh, okay. Great question. So I will say that your pricing is going to be just like any other business is going to be based on your overhead, right? So you always think of your overhead. You think of what you want to pay yourself, like obviously, like what you want to get paid, what your overhead is, and then you're making the pivots accordingly. I always say do your market research, especially with the fact that you're in Chi-Town. What I would say is, having credit repair in Atlanta, in Georgia is very different laws, different policies, and there are different opportunities that we can cover later. But as far as where you are now, I would say do the research with who you would perceive is your top 3 to 5 competitors in your area, what their price point is, and what are they offering to that client as well. And then
Mm-hmm.
from those numbers, would you be able to still make a profit, cover your overhead, pay your taxes, because they be getting you, Chad, they be getting you, while you are going through, if you priced it the way that they're pricing it, or are you able to do something
Mm-hmm.
different? Now, for me, I've been using Metro 2 for a year. I've been using Dispute Panda software now for a year. There has not been one case that I've ever had. I don't care if it's bankruptcy. I don't care if it's repo. I don't care if it's charge off. I always get results within the first 45 days. So hands down, that's how I move. So my pricing, however, I'm in Texas, is a little bit different. So I do have a first work fee, which is $199 for my basic plan, and I have 2 plan structures, which is $179 and $199 for my single person sign up. But you can pivot and make changes accordingly. That covers my overhead, pays me, pays taxes, pays marketing. That's the way that I look at what my monthly expenses are. But yeah, those are some really dope questions, and I'm gonna dive in because it's not 8:11 and nobody here, so we gonna get into it. Question: do you already have a Dispute Panda? You already have the Dispute Panda software, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm looking at it now.
Okay. Give me 1 second. We're gonna go here. So I'm gonna cover
You going in and out.
in tonight. I know this is going to be recorded. If anyone comes in late and want to catch the replay will be available on YouTube for you guys to catch, and it's also available in the community. So if you
Mm-hmm.
guys missed anything, you can definitely catch us there. and I'm going to go ahead and dive on in. So I like to cover the 3 top priorities within this system. So this is the homepage for Dispute Panda. Once I get into the platform, we're going to actually touch some key things and go over like the integration and the calculator and the pro. We're going to go over that once we get into the software. Right now, what I would like to cover is the pricing. The pricing is very unique to me. I have not found a lot of platforms that do this and give you training at the same time. So with the Dispute Panda software, the standard Dispute Panda, it is free. So you do not pay anything at all month to month if you have the standard Dispute Panda. The standard Dispute Panda is like a CRM where you house your client's information and you are able to go ahead. Oh, sorry, y'all. You are able to go ahead and have dialogue. Basically, not dialogue, sorry. With the free version, you are able to go ahead, load your client's information in. You can pull their reports and you can also generate letters. With that being said, whenever you do a letter, if your client is not using the credit dyno software, which I will showcase to everyone later, your client, you will have to pay $17 per round of attack. So the software does integrate with MyScoreIQ, Smart Credit, Identity IQ, as well as Credit Dyno. Credit Dyno was built to work in tandem with the actual Dispute Panda software. So it captures data points. It does more accuracy when it comes to that particular platform. So I'm going to show you guys today how to utilize the platform and get a free round of attack, but I do want to cover the full pricing package. Now, when you go to the Pro, it is $1 for 14 days. After that, it's $197. The difference between the free platform and the pro platform is with the pro, you have the ability to turn on safe client access. So if you want your clients to upload their documents, sign a contract, make payments, anything of that nature, that is what the pro software gives you the ability to do. So think of the free platform is where you're generating just the letters and processing and housing your client's data. When you go to the pro, you're now turning on the features where your client can speak to you, gain access to the portal. They still do not send any letters. So with this, you still have to go in and send the letters. That has been a question in the past. The pro just allows them to have more, like if they need to change their name because they've gotten married, update documentation, things of that nature. The pro gives them access to the dashboard to go ahead and make those necessary changes. You can also pay for the pro for a year. It's $1,970 and you get 2 months for free. All
Here's
right.
a question I have.
Uh-huh.
You ready?
Mhm.
You can. Okay. So allowing your clients to be able to come onto the portal, what stops the client from paying you a monthly fee if they can go on here and move around as such and figure it out themselves? Like I could do this myself. Like, you understand what I'm asking?
Well, they don't have access to generate the letters. When they're on the client side, the only thing that they can do is see their contract, like they can sign their contract, sign their agreement. They can update their ID. They can update their billing information. They have access to a secured email. They do not have access to the work product that you do as the owner of the platform. So you only have access to generate the letters. You having the dashboard just gives them the ability that they can communicate with you and they can upload documents. So if they want to email you any letters that came in the mail, or they want to send you a message like, hey, this creditor is talking to me, they now have that communication piece that's now activated because you have the pro. But
So
they have access to create any letter.
I am, thank you for that. I am able to be my first customer to be able to show
Absolutely.
people the process and the testimony. All right.
Absolutely. So with that being, you can show them like what you're doing. So, we love B-roll footage because everything is content. Everything is content. So you can go ahead and generate the letters. You can, even if you wanted to, show them what the letters look like, kind of like black out the account numbers and things of that nature. Absolutely. But the client does not have access to what I'm showing you today. The only thing that they will have access to is literally just the dashboard.
Okay.
Okay. Great question. Any other
Thank
questions?
you. I thought it was a stupid question, but okay.
No, no, because a lot of people have that same conversation. Like, so what if my client just wants to do it? Hey, if your client doesn't want to work with you and they want to sign up for Dispute Panda, you can't really stop them because we are advertising Dispute Panda. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
Dispute Panda is on TikTok, Instagram,
mm,
Facebook, all of the things. So if
mm.
they were to go ahead and say, let me try this myself, that's plausible. But they're not going to know on the pro, because when you go into the Safe Client Access portal, even if you don't have a logo, it doesn't say Dispute Panda. It's just it's a white label version
Good to
of the
know.
client platform
That's
until
good
you
to know.
put your information in there. Yeah.
I like that. Thank you.
My pleasure. Great question. Great question. All right. So we're going to switch to the training tab. This is what in 97% of the calls, when I ask people, they always look at me crazy like, what you talking about? What training? Okay, y'all. Okay, y'all. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Okay. This training is very important. Don't scroll down. Don't scroll up. Right here, there's a button that says free download. The reason that this button is here is to gift you the process on how you want to use the software. Now, I've been using the software for a little while, so I do have a different strategy and different flows depending on what my clients are going about. However, this flow right here is definitely used in my flow sequence more than 75% of my business that comes in. Okay. I do have VAs that help me process some of my clients' paperwork, just because your girl's getting a little busy. Okay.
Mhm.
So when it does come in and I have a nice file that I know, okay, this client, and let me be clear, this flow works for bankruptcy. I have 2 clients right now that are on this flow that are in bankruptcy. I have 3 clients that are on this flow that has 4 repos. Okay. So
Oh,
this flow, yeah, 4, not 1, 4. I'm about to try this flow with someone who has 7, but I'm scared, y'all, because I'm sitting here like, why
they
you
gave
got
a
to do me
person
like
7
this?
chances. Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
why you got to do me like this, big bro? But this flow is 75% of what my current database that are active, because I did just graduate some people. You know, when they get their house and they get their car, girl, they leave me alone. Okay. They stay for the little VIP, personal information cleanup, but they be leaving me, girl. Okay. And then they come back to ask me little questions here and there. But I love it. Like I love it, right? But this flow right here is telling you what you need to do. What letter do you pick? How often do you send it out? This flow is also streamlined for those clients who, let's say you have a lower tier. Again, it all depends on what your pricing structure is, right? Personally, this flow works. However, let's say you wanted to tier it out and you say, I'm not going to do any of my clients' letters certified. This plan is all the letters without it being certified. It is telling you every 35 days you're pulling the report, and it's giving you a full 12 months of what you need to do, who you need to send it, not just for the credit bureaus, but also for the secondary bureaus. Okay. So it is telling you how, what, when, who, and why to get it done. So you don't
Gotcha.
have to guess. So if you're learning, right? If you're learning how to do it, you're trying to figure out how to be a beast in these credit streets. That's my tagline. You are going to need a starter plan. And in the training tab at the very top, when you click free download, you literally get your plan of action. When should you file a CFPB complaint? A lot of people, some people may not file their own CFPB complaints. And if you're new, that may not be something that you do right away. But you would know once you get a little bit more seasoned, okay, it's good for me to file a CFP complaint in month 5, not in month 1. Because trust me, there's a lot of people that are like, I sent out a letter and I'm going to file a CFPB complaint. And I'm like, with what? You only made a request 1 time. I talked to my children 4 times before I beat them. Okay, never mind. I don't beat
Mhm.
nobody. I don't beat nobody, just in case the government watch. I don't beat nobody. But no, this training platform is here. We are here Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Just for transparency, this week we will not be here Wednesday or Thursday. Next week we should be back by Monday, no later than Wednesday. We will send the email out so everyone is aware. But if you guys need us, let's be clear. We are here normally. You guys get the emails for you guys to come in and talk to us, but we also have a full training platform. So if you forgot what Raquel said about how to do an attack, or you forgot what Raquel said on how static letters work, there is a video, as my sister would say, a video for that. Okay. So you will have videos here to play, but I will not forget to tell y'all, if y'all skip over this free download button, you're missing a gem on what to pick. The reason why is I've had people go into the system and they will pick a letter and it will be supreme boosted, and it will be like a letter that you should send in round 6 or round 7. These letters are meant to have a certain cadence with them when you're sending the request out. So whether you're using the old flow or the new flow, and I have no problem showing you guys the old flow so you can see it. Give me 1 second. Products and training. Hang on here. Let me go. Okay. So the old flow that used to be available, there used to be a black, red, white, blue flow. I'm going to say this. I still use the red flow and the blue flow. Still use it. Okay. There was nothing wrong with the flow. What our system did was we listened to a lot of the new people that were coming into the business that was asking, well, when do I send a letter to the secondary bureaus? Do I have to send all my letters certified mail? Is there a workaround? So we created option 1 or option 2. Okay. So all of these letters work well. I'm going to tell y'all what I use because I'm here today, live and in color. So I always, on the old flow, I will use the red attack or the blue attack. And for the new flow, I follow the grid. Even if I'm using the old flow, I will still follow this matrix of when I'm sending the secondary bureau letters out, because I know the flow pattern works. Okay. So again, if you guys are new, you want to figure out how to go about things, click on training, click on free download. We're giving you the tips to get to be a beast in these credit streets. Now, if you're having an issue, I call it an ism or a schism, y'all. That's what I call it, an ism or a schism. If you guys are having an ism or schism, I always say that it is good practice to go ahead and contact customer service. I'm also going to drop a free tool in the chat to help you guys go even further. So when you are doing this, a lot of times you're telling them in writing, telling the customer support team, who, by the way, is here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're telling them, hey, I'm having this particular issue. Sometimes it's easier for people to visually see what's going on than to understand what we're typing. So I just dropped a free platform. It's called loom.com. Loom.com allows you to record up to 5-minute video, and it gives you an actual shareable link. Once that link has been clicked, you know someone has watched it, and you can start your timer as to when you should get a response back. Okay,
Good
guys?
job. I
So
like
this,
that.
see, I'm trying solutions based over here, y'all. Free platform. So you can go ahead and click my invitation link. You will be able to go ahead and get, when you sign up, you will have the ability to go ahead and get free videos. I know that you can screen record. So that's number 1. And if you guys are trying to build content or create, create a step and watch how you do certain things, you can even use that to record. It gives you 5 minutes. Even if you don't want to get the paid version, you can record the 5 minutes, download the video, and store it so that you can use it for something else that you might be doing. So if you guys are training VAs, or or you have other businesses like Miss Angela, she has taxes and people are coming in, you can take this quick video, send them the link, and then after they've watched it, you can just download it and email it to whoever you're needing them to have, so that way you
I
can
like
still
that.
have the free 99 platform, because I like free stuff. Okay, y'all gonna learn today. TK, how y'all doing today? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the room. So before I jump into signing up for the platform, does anyone have any questions, concerns, or comments covered?
Nope, I'm ready.
Awesome, awesome. All right, all right. Let me minimize everything over here because I got a whole bunch of things open. All right, cool. So when you are signing up for the platform, really quickly, I recommend 1 trillion% that you go in and you put yourself in as a testing client. The reason that I
Mm-hmm.
recommend that is because you will know how the letters come out. You will know what it looks like. You will know that TransUnion likes to send you 5,678 pages. Okay. You
Mm-hmm.
will know if CoreLogic likes to send you 600 pages. I literally had a client who had 773 pages from CoreLogic, who's a secondary company, right? So while you guys are going through, you're able to have a very nuanced conversation with your clientele about what they're seeing, how they're seeing it, and how they should, not how they should feel, but you can relate to what they're experiencing. And when I say this, I don't care if you pay every single thing on time. I'm going to tell you guys a quick story. I have an
Mm-hmm.
accountability partner. She is the beast in these streets. Okay. For 6 months, I was telling my accountability partner, you need to sign up and put yourself in the platform. She kept telling me, I'm not signing up because I pay everything on time. I know I don't have anything late. I said, it's not about things just being late. It's about errors. We know that over 87% of credit reports have errors on it. You think you the exception because you cute? That's actually what I told her. That's what I told her, y'all. I was like, so you think because you cute and you know me and you know the Lord, that yours is
The
just
Lord.
the exception. Yours is just
Mm-hmm.
the exception. Okay, sis. So lo and
Mm-hmm.
behold, after 6 months of me getting on her doggone nerves, she puts
Mm-hmm.
herself in the system. And guess what, y'all? Her
You
name
have to.
spelled all types of wrong. Okay, they don't put two
Mm-hmm.
D's, three S's. Okay, sis. Okay, what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Because your credit
Mm-hmm.
report is spotless, right? And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times when we're dealing with clients, they're thinking about the score, right? And we know that there's 5 important components. I will go over that, and we'll go over a couple of the components in a minute when we dive into loading the client in. But we know the 5 components to the score. But we also know that body, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That body. If it don't look right, that body, yada yada, don't be yaddying. Okay. And
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have to
yeah,
help them
yeah.
get it together. And that
Mm-hmm.
includes multiple names, it
Mm-hmm.
includes multiple addresses. All of
Mm-hmm.
those things play a factor. And especially if you're trying to get a job and you got 17
Mm-hmm.
different names, they like, okay, Deborah, Deborah,
Mm-mm.
Debbie.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Which,
Mm-mm.
which one are you,
Mm-mm.
Deborah? Okay, you know what I mean? Like
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
you wanna make sure things look the way that they're supposed to look. So when I
Mm-mm.
had the conversation with her, she actually saw that there were like 3 addresses on there that 2 of them were not even hers. She saw
Mm.
her name was spelled wrong. And all of
Mhm.
this has a lot to do with the fact that when you guys are putting an application, I know now a lot of the applications are done online, right? So most
Mhm.
of the times when there are errors, it's because we have fat fingers. Okay. But
Mhm.
back in the day, when we were filling things out by paper, people were trying to read our handwriting and figure
Mm.
out, is that a T or a D?
Mhm.
Right? Because you know they took
Mhm.
script out of school, y'all, so it don't look the way
Mhm.
from back in the
Mhm.
day. Okay. But while we're going through that, like I really want to be transparent and just let you guys know that it is very, very important. If y'all do nothing else, start with your own file. Even if all you're doing is cleaning up your profile, you'll then see how long it takes, how many letters come back, what's the turnaround time. Heck, you're doing your own file. You might get the stall letter from the credit bureau saying it looks like a third party sent this letter for you. You now are able to go through and know when and how to respond to things of that nature, right? Right.
Mhm.
So, shameless plug, get the account, but make sure you put yourself in as well. So, with that being said, you have to have 2 different emails. There's one email for the owner of the actual profile, and then you have to have
Mhm.
another email for the user of the profile.
Mhm.
So, I'm going to go ahead and sign up, y'all, with y'all on here. If you have a business, um, if you guys have a business, you can use your business email, of course. If you do not have a business, you can use whatever email you guys have at this present time. What you would do is when you decide to switch this over as a business, you can come back and you can change all of the information, and I will show you guys how. Now, always check the box for agreeing to the Dispute Panda terms and conditions. Please, guys, read it. I'm not going to read it today, but I want to stress the importance of you guys definitely reading it. And as I said, I like free. I like discounts. I'm nosy. January, February. I need to know what's going on. So they have a button here that says email me about special offers, products, and updates. Yes, please. I appreciate you. Give it to me. Okay, so I think I've used this email before. Let me see if I can get it to go. Cool. Okay. So once we get into the system, you are going to have your Dispute Panda service agreement. This is telling you how you should do business with us, how Dispute Panda does business with you, what to expect, and what to anticipate. You're going to scroll down, and then you're going to hit accept. Now, please don't accept anything without reading it. So hopefully you guys took the time to read it. Once you get into the platform, it will go ahead and give you this black bar on the dashboard if you have not validated your email. If you have validated your email address, it is fine. This will go away, but I'm going to work through it because as y'all can see, I picked a fake mail email address. So you know I can't go validate nothing, y'all. Can't validate nothing. But on the main dashboard, if you need to find a client, you can go up to the little magnifying glass. You do have to put 3 characters in. It will go ahead and pull your client up. On the main page, you have the rounds, any missing documents for your clients, and of course, birthdays. Okay, for your clients. There's several ways, and I'm going to go over different ways that you guys can make drip money. I'm going to cover 2 of them right now. The first one is earn credit. So if you click this earn credit button, it'll take you into the settings where you can sign up to be a Dispute Panda referral agent. So for instance, Miss Nash does taxes in Chicago. Let's say she has a tax person that she knows that does taxes in Jersey, and they want to sign up for Dispute Panda. Once she hits the accept button and the program goes live, she will get an email with her own affiliate link. With that affiliate link, she has the ability to have people sign up under her. Every person that signs up under her, she would get credits for. So just a quick tip, if you're looking, definitely sign up for that because once it goes live, you will get your email with your affiliate link for you to refer people into the Dispute Panda community with you. All right. Of course, if you want to upgrade to Dispute Panda Pro, you can click that option here. But the other soft money drip that I like to talk about is your client affiliate portal. So I'm going to cover some of the amazing things that Credit Dyno gives you outside of money that will help you with your clients. So of course, your affiliate payout can be anywhere from $8 to $22. They do have different rates for the monthly payouts, especially as well as different packages for Credit Dyno credit monitoring affiliate payouts. Once you go ahead and sign up here, you will get your own code and you can go ahead and put it in an email sequence. You can put it on your social media on the 1st, 15th, and on the 30th. I'll be asking people, do you know what your score is? If not, why? Click my link. Go ahead and find out. I make $8 just from them signing up. Okay. And if they stay and they decide to be a client with me, they also get the ability to go ahead and I get the ability to go ahead and get a free round of disputes. So instead of paying $17, I now have a $17 credit on file and I've made $8. So I'm up by 25 off the bat right there. Up by 25. Also,
Gotcha.
Credit Dyno gives you a full 7 years of the credit report. So unlike the other credit monitoring softwares that are out there, you are stuck to only seeing the 2 years. And then once you do the disputes, the report comes back and then you're able to see the 7 years. You can have a very robust conversation with someone like, hey, girl, hey, this is what's happening. This is why this is not working for you, right? You're able to get all of that information in real time. And you have a full 7 years of report. So do not sleep on that opportunity, as well as how Dispute Panda tracks the responses of the letters that are sent out because of the data points that you're using, because Credit Dyno was made for Dispute Panda. I'm also going to show you some other stuff once I dive in, because I'm a visual learner. Okay. So I'm going to be visual with y'all. Okay. So you can sign up for that affiliate. Down here is normally the reports on what's going on with your business. If you want to search for clients, as I said, you can click on the magnifying glass or you can click on clients on the left hand. You'll be able to see active clients, inactive clients. You can import if you're leaving a software to bring them over. Sidebar, if you're having issues, customer service is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can send them your CSV file and they will go ahead and upload it for you if you're having an issue. Or you can click this new client button if you just want to add your client in one at a time. The letter option allows you to see any letters that were sent out for all of your clients. When you click on the guidelines, I like to cover this on every single call, y'all. Letters go out Monday through Friday. So everyone has asked, Raquel, do you use this software? I'm personally having to go back home due to a family emergency this weekend. I will be working clients while I'm gone. I will be using the Dispute Panda platform to mail out my letters because I will not be in the USA. When I am traveling, whether it's local or long distance, I will load the money onto the system and have them mail it out for me because I know that that's one less thing that I have to be concerned about while I'm out in these streets dipping and doing, acting like my name is Wendy Williams in these credit streets. Okay, I be trying to get the gossip, y'all. I be trying to get the gossip. Don't worry about it. If y'all know Wendy, y'all need to follow. Okay, not now, the old Wendy, because the new Wendy, gotta love her. Okay, but the letters go out Monday through Friday. 12 p.m. PST is the cutoff time for the same day. If not, it goes out the next business day. The only letters that are tracked are the certified letters. If you are doing first class mail, that's the same as you packing them up. By the way, y'all, like I really got this is why this right here is why when I'm traveling, this is like 4 clients. When I am traveling, I do not mail my letters because I would have to have these, and then I have envelopes on the wall here, right? And then I would have to have my stamp. Ain't I got time for that when I'm traveling? Child, I ain't even got time to pack my lipstick. Nobody got time for that. So I do use the system. It's up to you as to what you want to do. What I will like to tell you is that if you're going to allow the system to mail it in, you want to think about your price point to make sure it's not eating into what the overhead cost is for your business. Okay. Like to be transparent about that. But you can track your information here. And if you want to do certified mail, again, you can see it here. The inbox is a part of the pro as well, where you can go ahead and have the client conversation where they can email you any questions, have direct conversation, all those good things. Okay. The reports tab. This is the part I love, y'all, because y'all finna see how I do things. And y'all need to follow me because I be in social media telling y'all. Okay, I be telling y'all. So how this person's numbers. So I'm gonna show you guys both. Hold on. So give me 1 second. Here we go. All right. So when you are on that reports tab, this is what it looks like. It can give you a snapshot of your report as to how many dollars you've gotten deleted, how much the scores have gone. And let me be clear, guys, this negative is not something to run from. Once you learn the art of credit repair, you can have a conversation about someone's score dropping and educating them as to why it has happened, and you will get clients because of it. My social media is my name with a C. So I'm Raquel, like Raquel Welch, but with a C in it. And it's Raquel May David everywhere. Literally TikTok. My business is Evolving Eve, but if you follow me on the personal, it's Raquel May David on every platform. Lovely
Can you
to
put
see
that
you,
in our chat?
TK. Huh?
Put that in our chat because I can't find a pen anywhere.
Oh, no problem. I got you, love. Hold on 1 second. Boom. That's me in these social media streets, y'all. And it's the same picture, so I just be cheating. Okay. So with the reports, you have the ability to see it on the company level, and then you're able to use that same exact report and make it into this to where it's now a shareable image that you can put on your social media platform. You can highlight whichever portion of this. Sidebar, free platform to get if you guys don't have it yet. CapCuts, CapCut. It is an app that you download. It will help you make these pictures, make it look like you got an editor in the back, my love. Okay, fade in, zoom out, all the things. Okay, so y'all can take this screenshot if you guys are on the pro and you're able to make a cute little video, cute little reel, and go ahead and leverage it. But you're also able to do it on the client level. So on the client level, you're able to go ahead and collect this information and then boast about your client's increases across the board. She started with this. This is what the changes have been within 30 days or 45 days. So I'm a 45-day company. So that means I don't dispute, but every 45 days for my clients. Okay. So you're able to go ahead and see that. Any questions on what I showed so far?
No, I got a question on once the disputes are complete, what are the odds that the things come back on their credit report? The same thing.
So reinsertion does happen. It depends on the information. So when you're doing credit repair, the first layer that you're trying to do is remove any errors, outdated information, or anything that's not in compliance with the Fair Credit Reporting Act and the laws that are in place for your client. So if
Mhm.
you dispute something and it is removed, and a lot of times you'll see people post on social media, removed. Removed just means it's under investigation. So because it's under investigation, they're proactively taking that particular file out. The law states that if they reinsert it, you are supposed to be alerted that that item is going back in because the correction was made. Right?
Who's being
So
alerted, myself or the client?
the client, well, it depends on how you do business. So some companies, they get the letters for their clients, and other companies, the letters go directly to the client. So it will depend on how you're doing business. If the letters are going to the clients directly, then they would get the notice and they would have to supply you with the documentation
Mhm.
for you to have
Thank
it.
you.
But they would get the notification. It's a 50-50. It depends. I have not really been tracking since 2024, to be completely honest. I have not been tracking whether or not I've had a lot of reinsertions, because I personally do not pay attention to removed. So when your client is leveraging like Credit Karma or Credit Sesame and it says removed, I have no problem with them showcasing that, as you know, on their social media platform and things of that nature. Personally, that doesn't move my bottle, okay, until it says deleted. Once it's deleted, if it then comes back, I'm going to then question, was I told about why it was coming back? Has the errors been corrected? The difference would be, is it deleted because it was with Sam's debt collections and Sam sold it to Roger, right?
Mhm.
And now Roger's on there. So then handling it would be different because of those different narratives. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, it can happen. I have seen it happen, but I would say I wouldn't be surprised if it's a removed. I would be more concerned if it was a deleted item for your client.
Gotcha.
Great question. Um, Mr. S, welcome to the room, my love. What questions you got? Hello, it's me. Don't let me start
Can you
singing.
hear me?
I can hear you now. Hey.
Okay, hey. I saw that one that you had the credit where you can post the clients, or show the credit report. How did you get that one? Because I get the one from that shows results that win.
Say that again, my love. How do you get the
Uh,
client
so,
one?
yeah, so you were able to get the, I guess there was like a three layer credit report showing the credit scores.
Mhm.
It had your logo on there.
So if you have if you have Dispute Panda Pro, you're able to get the
Mhm.
same thing. It's on the client level. So when you click on the updates tab, this will give you the same piece. So like this PDF, mine just happens to be different because that one is a curated one that I have, but you have this same thing on your client platform if you have the Pro.
Okay, yeah, that's the one I use. I saw yours was pretty nice. So you said you got that one on CapCut?
No. That I made. I had my VAs made that one for me because I like things to be in my colors. Okay. So that
Nice.
so as you can see, that one's in my brand colors. I still use this one though, normally in my stories, but I send this to my team and basically plug in the numbers that way.
Nice.
But the one that I have that I use that's here, it still has my logo on it. It's at the top. It's still the same. But yeah, if you want to revamp it, you would have to do that.
Okay, cool.
Sorry. My bad. I just be showing y'all my stuff. My apologies. Great question though. All right. So the subscription tab is where you can connect your merchant service platform. You can make onboarding forms. You can make payment pricing plans, payment forms. So if you guys are having a convention or anything that's going on, you can create an actual payment form, copy, if you want to do a QR code and have it for the day, like, hey, anyone for this particular event, because I'm going to be at Black Girls Rock. Black Girls Rock can sign up and this will be their pricing point. You can literally create an onboard form just for that. And that way the people can pay for it, enroll, literally do everything right then and there. And you collect the information and just get started with the client's profile in real time. But
Mhm.
again, this is a feature with the Pro. Also, you can click on the training tab and the contact us tab as shown previously. What I want to do is click on this option. So the balance tab takes you to the settings. I'm going to start at the top because that's where I like to be at. Okay. Oh, Shaka Khan got a big old butt. Hold on, y'all. I'm in the wrong platform. Let me log out of here and log into my other one. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I could log back in. Give me 1 second, y'all. Oh, and I remembered, y'all, because you know I'm a good vintage 43. Okay, my brain don't be braining all the time. I remember. Okay, so so when you click on the balance tab, it gives you the ability to go to the settings. I like to start at the top with the profile. So this is where if you guys choose to shift and you go from it being a you guys are getting startup. Now you have your business email address, you have your business phone number. You can come here and change the email address to the one that you are physically going to be using, so that way it will now change in the platform in totality for you. So this is where you would go to make that actual pivot and change. Then you can click on organization if you would like to put your website information, your email, your support email address, your phone number, your address, your contract. And every class I drop the contract in, it's a sample contract. This is not for every state. Again, please follow what your state guidelines are specifically saying you need to have in your contract. But this is an option here. So I did drop one in the chat if you guys want to take a look at it. Once you create your logo, you can plug it in there, as well as if you want to add a team member. So instead of giving someone your username and password because you're outsourcing or anything like that, you can come here, put the first, last name, put their email in, and then they will be able to log in and do disputes if they're just your data processor within your company. Okay. Any affiliate links for any of the credit repair companies, these are credit monitoring companies that we leverage. These are the 4 that our system is integratable with. You can have all of them turned on. When you have the pro, you can have all of them turned on, or you can have just the ones you want your clients to use with your affiliate link so you can get paid for whichever credit monitoring software they sign up for. All right. The disputing option is where you can change the address for the credit bureaus. They have upwards of 15 different addresses, y'all. So do not be alarmed if a letter comes back and they all of a sudden change it from 9701 to 9706. You can come in here and change it for the actual credit bureaus, so that it can go out to that designated credit bureau's address. Does it change often? I've been using the same addresses for the last 3 years, so they haven't changed, but that doesn't mean they won't turn it off and send you guys an update. So I want you guys to be aware of where you can make those pivots and change. If you want to go ahead and add money to your profile, you can go ahead and dedicate a specific card or ACH to be used, or once you do it in the system, you can also sign up for a subscribe and save option. This option allows you to go ahead and sign up for either $20 where you get $30 every single month, or $60 where you get $90 every single month. And that way it will come out. Now, I want to clarify, you can only do this once. So you can't do this per client. It's literally per account. So for the account, you can choose to sign up for the subscribe and save and get $90 or get $30. And then if you need to purchase more credits, you would then go here and purchase the credits. You will only get what you are putting in the box. So you don't get a bonus just because you're on the subscribe and save plan. You only get whatever you put on here, and your subscribe and save amount is either going to be $20 or $60. Okay. The invoice tab is where you can see the invoices. You can see the Panda Pro if you're getting a statement and any statements for your particular clients. The activity tab, I love this tab, y'all, because I had my daughter helping me, and she pulled a client's file too early. So with Credit Dino, you get a free round of attack every 35 days. Well, she went in on day 30 and pulled the round, and she was like, Mom, I didn't get a free attack. They charged you $17. And I ended up coming here and I was looking for the attacks. I was able to see the client's name, and I was like, baby girl, they weren't at 35 days. You now charge me $17. I would have taxed her. but she cute, so I left her alone. But you can track the attacks that go out per client. You can track the mailing information, and you can track any attack credits that are linked to specific clients, because the attack credits are only linked to that client. So if the husband has My Score IQ, but the wife has Credit Dino, the only person that's going to get the free credit is going to be the one with the Credit Dino account. What question do you have, Mr. S?
So it's similar. I made a technical error on my profile. I ended up I don't know if it erased the data because the other points were there, but it says refresh or when you're on the pro version, it's right on the side of on the updates, and then where it says positive, negatives, and it has all the accounts listed. It all went blank. So I don't know if there was a way to get that back, or that they just gotta pull another report.
I believe it'll be refreshed once you pull another report, but that would be a question for back office to see if they can reprocess that information since you hit refresh on it.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay, great question. The integration tab is also a feature with Pro. So if you guys have an email sequence or a text message sequence, once the client comes in, they can be in that sequence so that they will have all of the wonderful conversations with you guys and be able to be nurtured with like, hey, this is what's important with a credit score. This is how it's calculated. You guys can create that momentum with Zapier and whatever platform you're using, Honeybook, Constant Contact, whomever's out here in these streets helping you. You have the ability to go ahead and do that with the Pro. Also, here's the link to the referral again, so you can get back to that drip money we were talking about earlier for the referrals. I have now covered the basics of the entire platform. Do you guys have any other questions for me before I start loading myself in as a dummy client? I shouldn't say dummy, as a test client. You know, we got to be careful how we talk over here. I got to be careful. Any questions, guys? Comments? Let me. Oh. Let me look here. Okay, y'all. No questions. I am going to show y'all this first. So before we start lining up any clients or doing any of these thug thizzles, okay, I want to go ahead and drop in the chat the identification information that you guys need. So when we are looking at our client's profile, there are going to be some supporting documentation that we need in order to support our clients. One of the things that we are definitely going to need is 2 required fields for our clients. The 2 required fields are the proof of identification and the proof of address. If your client has recently moved, do not fret. Use something else. The point is to make sure that it's the most accurate address on the credit report with all the most accurate data information there as well. So if your client has moved and their driver's license is still in NYC, but they now live in Jersey, or they now live in Connecticut, or they now live in Kentucky, cool. Use a social security card, use a paycheck stub, use a W-2, use a 1099, use something else to help leverage the confirmation of who they are. Best practices if you are using a utility bill, not a cell phone bill. So gas bill, water bill, cable bill, light bill, any residential bill, you want to get an updated bill every 60 to 90 days. That is the plan of action that you would like to do. Okay. So these are what are required for the client. I've dropped it in the chat. You guys can definitely download it. And it's also available in the training platform in all of the videos. Literally any video that's talking about attack, you have the ability to see what should you ask for supporting documents from your clients. Okay. New. All right. So once you get to this platform, guys, you only need to put in what is in the asterisk. You do not need the client's middle name. I had a whole conversation today where someone was like, "Oh, his middle name is spelled with an O and not a Q," and I was like, "What's his first name and what his mama's last name?" That's all I need. I need his first name and his last name. Everything in the middle is not necessary for me. If you want me to use it, like I have a client who their it's a father and son. They have the same name, but not. So the father, let's say his name is Lucas Vermont Daniels, right? The son is Lucas Anthony Daniels. So the father always uses his middle name. So any application he puts his stuff on, his middle name is included, right? If your client doesn't have that, or that's not something that they have to worry about, all you have to focus on are these red asterisks. Nothing more, nothing less. The phone number you can put on there, and then the last four of the social. Now, when you get to the address, y'all, okay, the street address can have the unit, the apartment number, the suite number, you know, all those things. But the city, state, and zip needs to be in its dedicated space. That is required because this information is going to populate on the actual letter. Okay. If you guys have the pro, you would click the invite client to save client access portal. That will send your client and login information for them to go ahead and sign their contract, upload their identification, and all of those good things. Okay. If you do not have a save client, if you do not have pro, if you click this button, nothing gonna happen. Okay. Nothing at all. Nathaniel Bartholomew Johnson, nothing's gonna happen. You hit save, it will now take you into the space where you can collect the information. Now, I want to point out some other, you know, I'm going to be tooting the Credit Dino, not just because I work here, y'all, but because it's real. So Credit Dino gives you the ability where every 35 days, instead of you logging into the actual client's profile, you actually are able to come here and click on the one-click import every 35 days, y'all. So instead of you logging into a platform, updating the credit report, bringing the credit report back here, then either doing an upload for HTML or clicking upload files, every 35 days, you come here and you click this one-click import, and it will pull in your client's profile. All a business. Everything. Okay? And then it will pull up a nice little message that says, you have earned a free round of attack. Love it. Love it. All right. So you have the report in here. Now you're going to go ahead and collect the documents. So this platform is all about making things easy and manageable for you. So when your client sends you something like this, see how I got all her business on there, y'all? I'm talking into the microphone. See how I got all their business on there? It got what their fees are, what the past due is. That ain't none of their business. You gonna crop it. Just like that, like so in my Tabitha Brown voice. You're going to crop it to the area that you need. Boom, bam, pow, and save. Okay? They don't need to know if this person was past due. They need to know that they live at 1414 Mockingbird Lane, or for this person, Honolulu, Hawaii. Okay? That is what they need. If they send you your ID and it's all this white behind, click on that sucker, crop it. The goal is to get the paperwork for the verification forms down to 1 to 2 sheets of paper. That is it. That is all. We want to make sure that it is digestible because we're thinking about what? The overhead, the cost of doing business. And we're in this to be big business, right? So we want to make sure that we're paying attention to that in real time. So once you get that done, you have all the IDs up here. You have pulled in the credit report. You are now able to dispute. Any questions on what we just covered?
Nope.
All right. So you can't tell the system what to attack or what letter to pick if you don't pick what you're disputing, okay? The system is going to be broken up in several parts. If your client does not have public records, you will not see public records there. You will see the inquiries that are impacting your client's profile. Well, let me clarify. You will see all the inquiries that are showing up on the credit report, whether it's impacting them or not. You will also see any accounts, and the system will pull in the report and auto select any accounts that are negatively impacting your client in real time. Okay. So when we're talking about public records, child support, liens, foreclosures, that type of stuff is going to show up in the public records. These inquiries are the hard inquiries as to what your clients have applied for. Now, this is where you are never going to see, well, let me not say never, because you know we like to say never, but Brandy said never say never, and it was a hot song, y'all. It was a hot song. So the reason why I say never is currently this is where you come into play. You as the person and not the AI has to tell the system, these are the inquiries we are willing to dispute, and you can go ahead and safely dispute for our clients. Rule of thumb, best practice. You do not select any inquiries that are attached to an open and active account. So if that person has a credit card that is with Ally Financial, Amex, PNC, you run the risk of your client's account being closed because you are disputing the inquiry. So you do not want to do this. I have people ask all the time, well, what if they have a mortgage? Can I dispute the mortgage? You sure can. Even if the mortgage goes away, they still owe the debt, y'all. They still owe the house. If they want the house, they're gonna pay for the house. Okay. But when we do it for credit cards, we run the risk of the client's account being closed, and we don't like to play risky business. We're in here to make sure that we're doing no harm. Okay. Secondly, the file, when you're looking to see if the inquiries are attached, of course you can look up here and scroll down, but cheat sheet is y'all can go ahead and type, like if you're using a Windows computer, Control F. If you are using a Mac, Command F. It will open up this search tab at the top, and you can type it in and it will tell you if this account is showing below. If it is not, then you're able to go ahead and select it so that you can move on to the next thing. Okay, so you want to make sure, best practices, if I see a Bank of America, if I see an Amex, I never check it until I check to make sure there's no supporting account, because I am here to not do harm to my client. I'm here to educate them on how to be a beast in these credit streets. I'm here to educate them on what is impacting their file. And the only way to do that is to make sure I'm picking the right formula. So like these right here, the 700 credit, I know these are for cars. She was trying to get a car. I would go ahead and select it even if she has a car, because it's not going to close a loan. Those loan agreements are in tow. For whatever reason, the credit card company, they don't like us playing with these inquiries, okay? They don't like that. Now, one of the things I want to show you guys really quickly. Okay, cool. This client has a First Premier Bank account. When you click on this eye, and this again is a feature within Credit Dino, when you click on the eye, it will open up some really good information. So like, I'm gonna give y'all a little snippet on what my conversation sounds like when I'm talking to my clients. When I'm talking to my clients during the consultation, I'm going over their report like in depth. So I can see here that this card was a $700 card. I can also see here that the balance was $1,037. Okay. Now, in this particular case, the account is closed. I would have a different conversation if the account was open. But I'm here able to click on the history, and I'm able to have a dialogue with my client. So you've had this card. This card was open in 2021. You've had this card for this time frame, and it shows that you've only made 33% on time payments. Let's talk about how that's damaging your score. Well, your score is worth 35% is your payment history. Let's talk about what that equates to as numbers. The number equals 192.5 points. So that 35% transfers to 192.5 points. What are we doing, sis, that we're not making this on time? Let's be clear that on time for the credit bureau means that you're not outside of 30 days late. We need to go ahead and make sure that you're implementing these guidelines with the actual, all of your accounts, because every single account that you're late on, let's be clear, a mortgage can affect you up to 120 points. A car payment can affect you 50 to 70 points. We don't want to minus points. We want to add them. And every on-time payment keeps you at that full 192. Anytime you dip, you're taking out of that bucket and you're now decreasing what your numbers are. It is very imperative that since this is the thing that you can control, that we're making momentum in this particular area. Now I'm gonna click on account health. Okay, y'all, and I'm gonna have a conversation with her about the account health. We can see this is over 100% of the credit limit. So when we're having a conversation with the client, if the account was, let's not even move there. If I'm having the conversation with the client, this is worth 30%. Okay. 30% equals 165 points, roughly. So if you are not making sure that your utilization is below 7%, you're not maxing out. Okay. 800 Club is only using 70% utilization when the statement date closes. The 700 Club is only using 15% or less. So that whole 30%, yeah, that's great if you want to get a house. They don't want you to, they don't want you to have more than 30% of your earnings be applicable to debt, right? But when we're talking about you getting approved for credit cards, loans, fundings, and you want to be in that 700-800 club, we need to get you under 15%. 7% is the goal, so we can get you that full 165 or as close to it as possible. So now you're giving them a plan of action. I'm going to give y'all this free gem. Take it, write it down, put it in your pocket. When your clients are leveraging and you have a client like this, okay? 2 conversations. Number 1, the statement date is really when you should be paying. You should be paying your credit card bills 2 days before the statement closes. That is how you should be. This is how you leverage the liquidity, which is the capital you have sitting in your bank account, to make money for you. So you're going to get a credit card. That credit card should have whatever your monthly expenses are that you're going to use. You can max out that credit card. I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all and tell y'all I swipe that card, honey. Listen, I have to go to Jamaica. I got to go take care of some business. I'm dipping and doing in these streets. I'm using that credit card. What I am also doing is 2 days before my statement days closes, I'm going online and I am making my payment to the lowest possible number. And then I am not using that card until my statement date closes. The statement date is when your sister is running to tell your mama about what you did that you gonna get a whooping for. That is what that statement date is. That is your tattletale date, y'all. Okay? Now, the due date is the latest possible date you can make the payment without a fee getting assessed. So if you are playing the numbers game, how are we supposed to be able to move in these streets? You're going to educate your client to pay 2 days before the statement date, wait for the statement to close, and then go ahead and use the card. So if they have $1,000 in their bank account, their balance is $1,000, pay that $1,000 2 days before the statement date closes, take that same exact card, use it for what you were going to use that $1,000 cash for, right? But if your client is over their limit, you're going to tell them to pay the minimum limit. I'm sorry, the minimum amount due times 2 plus $4. Minimum amount due times 2 plus $4. What that will do is that will help when that bill cycles again and they hit them with interest, that they don't go over the limit again. Okay? Because over the limit is saying you ain't got it. You ain't never gonna have it. And that's a lie. Okay? We rebuke the never ain't gonna have it spirit. Okay? We left that with En Vogue when he said you never gonna get it. Okay? We not doing that with our credit. So we gonna act accordingly. So these are different things that as you guys are going through, you're able to navigate and have those clear conversations with your clients in real time. Okay? So you're able to look at that. That's what I love. And like I said, you see how it gives y'all more than 2 years? Come on, somebody. More than 2 years. More than 2 years. So you don't have to guess, question, hey, my love. You don't have to wait for the report to come in. You're able to see in real time what's going on. Okay? If you have letters, so I know we were speaking to Miss Angela earlier, and she has a friend that's a beast in these credit streets and was out here dipping and doing it. Okay. And if he has factual letters that he's like, let me tell you something, this letter works for a charge off. It has worked without fail. You can put that factual letter in here, make it into a template. You can go ahead and save it. And then when the letter prints, it will print with that specific letter that you were needing for your client, like in real time. So you don't have to second guess. You don't have to be worried if you have a proven letter. So for those are for the people that are a little bit more seasoned and have working flows that they want to integrate with the software. Okay. If you ain't got to worry about it. Okay. Once you have done that, you're going to hit save filter. Now you are able to go ahead and select your rounds of attack. As I stated, in the training section at the very top, when you download your guide, it's telling you what letter you're going to select. So the first round of letters is going to be the Punch of Fury, Supreme Boosted. If you guys had the Pro, you will also be able to send the letters to the creditors. Again, you have to have the Pro and the Credit Dyno in order for that to work. Okay? It's going to be your first class letter. You are not filing a CFPB complaint. It does not have to be in color. It does say single-sided letter. So you're then going to come over here. You're going to hit Start Round. You're going to hit Punch of Fury. The first round is handwritten. You're going to hit Supreme Boosted, Start, and you're going to type Confirm. It is going to generate the letter for you. So if you had Credit Dyno and you were doing the creditor letters, you would literally just come here, do exactly what I did. And at that time, you would just click the Pro and it would print both the attack and the letters to the creditors. Once you are done, you're going to come back in here and you're going to hit the static letters. You're going to hit handwritten again. And you're going to scroll down to the bottom because this just works easier. It jumps when you do it at the top. And you're going to hit Factor Trust. These are the secondary bureaus. It's then going to crop only the secondary bureaus that you need to send the letters to. And as long as you have at least $1 in your balance, it will allow you to generate the round, and then you will have the static attack. And you have now created the letters. If you are on the Pro, you've created letters to the creditors, the credit bureau, and the secondary bureau. If you are only on the free version, you're creating letters to the credit bureau and the secondary bureaus. And you are done. Now, you can tell the system to mail the letter out for you. Again, it's going to say double-sided is no. This is going to change the price accordingly. If you want it to be certified mail, you switch it to certified mail. You know how much that is, and you can load that in, come back to the client, and then issue it mail out. If you don't, the system is going to record that you downloaded these letters for you to mail it out yourself. So if you're going to do that, you're going to want to click on it and make sure you click download all so you're able to print it out on your own. Okay? The history tab will show you the letters that you just generated or when you've generated the letter. There's also a counter up here, guys. So again, the goal is not to pull a letter before the 35-day window. Okay? But you can see the report. You can see the scores. So you can see what has shifted and changed for the clients and any invoices. This is a Pro feature where you can leave notes. So for me, when my client has bankruptcies, there are 5 other places that I put in a request for the bankruptcy. So not only am I sending a letter to the bankruptcy court, I'm sending a letter to the other 5 agencies asking for the report as well, so I can make sure that I have all the information necessary for that particular client. And that way, when I come back in, the next 45 days, I know exactly what I did the last time and what conversation I need to have when I'm having my huddle, my one-on-one, or my quick call with my client to say, hey, I did this, this, and this. Have you gotten anything back? What does it look like? So on and so forth. So we have officially signed up for the platform, loaded a client in, generated the first round of letters. What questions, concerns, or comments do y'all got?
Nobody?
Nobody got no questions?
Okay, so Metro, go ahead. Somebody else other than me.
Yeah,
Go
TK
ahead,
got a
go ahead,
question.
go ahead.
What you got, Miss TK?
Can you dispute late payments on here?
Yep. The system
Okay.
has a letter that is automatically segmented for late payments. That's in the sequence flow. So
Okay.
it knows what to dispute and it knows what to say for late payments only. Great question.
Okay.
Anything else?
That's it.
So I have two. I
Okay.
have two addresses, right?
Uh-huh.
So I have a Georgia address and Chicago, Illinois address. And when I have a client who's like that, am I adding both of those to their profile?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
So personally, I would say to add the address that your client is using as their primary residence. So if Chicago is your home, like that is your primary, I'm here 90% of the time, then that is where you're going to be utilizing for that client's address. Even if they're snowbird, you get what I'm saying? What is, if for me, if they're snowbird, I would be, which home is your homestead in? Like, which one are you getting a tax break on? And that would be the one that I would be leveraging. Also, the next question would be, which ID is he using? Because if they're staying in two places, do they have a license for both states?
So they have a driver's license on one and a state ID in the main state. So I'm thinking that it makes sense to use the state where most of your billing addresses are,
Is
correct?
going. That's what I would leverage.
Okay.
So let's say if Atlanta is where your Airbnb is, but that's not where you live, like most of your closet is in Chicago, then you're using your Chicago address.
All right.
Yeah, that's how I would leverage. That's a good question. Ask them, Chad. Say, which one you want me to use? Which one you want to be your primary lender? Which one? Which one? And then that would be the one.
What's a normal time frame? Is it hard to give that?
Time frame for what? For credit repair? There is not a dedicated. So credit repair is contingent on who you have. Like, for instance, that client that I just pulled up, their credit report, they had bankruptcies. I've removed 2 of their bankruptcies off of one credit bureau. I'm still fighting with the other 2, and 1 bankruptcy is still showing on that client. That client's only been with me for 45 days, right? But we were able to make
That's
that move.
impressive.
However, I have another client with the same bankruptcy. I worked the same flow, sent the same letters off. They're with me for 5 months and I still haven't been able to get it off. There's not, you get what I'm saying? Like, there's not a concrete one size fits all model that you have. There is a success plan that you can maneuver. Like that particular client, I did get it off of one. It's still showing on another. We're now moving into another method that we're going to use to try and get it off, because this particular person is a public official, right? So we're going to leverage another strategy. However, there's not a one size fit all. What I always tell people, according to, I was certified through the CCA, and according to the verbiage, I tell people that I do guarantee results. Let's be clear. I guarantee results within the first 45 days or you get your money back. That doesn't mean your score is going to always go up. Your result could be your score drops, but I deleted, like one person, I have deleted over $22,000 worth of debt. Is that not a result? Now your numbers may not be numbering, but you've now, like that particular person, 50% of their debt has been gone.
And how do you remove debt? How are you removing debt? Because it's not necessarily credit card debt. Is that what that means? Like, could it be a collection? It could be
anything that is negative, that is
hospital,
impacting. Yeah, anything that's impacting this client, where you see these red boxes, I'm tracking that dollar amount. And if I remove, and that's why this report is clutch for me, y'all. This report is clutch for me, because I'm able to have a conversation that's deeper than just your score. Because if you were trying to go get a house, majority of the people that sign up with me, they're looking to get a home. Fully aware, hands down, no problems. You're looking to get a home. However, your debt to income ratio needs to be at 30%. I just got 50% of your debt to income ratio down. Right? Because I got these debts removed, whether it was hospital bills, it was insurance collections, a repo, a bankruptcy, doesn't matter. This debt is now not showing on your profile. And now we're going to have a conversation on what you need to do to make sure that the scores go up, right? You paying on the statement date, making sure your balances are low. That's going to be more impactful, because that's going to earn you points, right? I can remove the debt, but if I remove the debt and I get all the negative stuff off, let's say in a perfect world, I get every single negative thing off. I don't never change your name, I don't change your addresses, but every negative thing is off. But you have not made any payments. You don't have any credit cards. You don't have anything showing that you're paying on time for an auto loan. What good? That score is not going to go anywhere, because it's a dance that has to be done on both sides. Does that make sense?
Thank you.
So that's the conversation. So Credit repair, I'm in the state of Texas. My guideline in my state says that you have to be with me for, my contract states that I can only have a 6-month contract. If my client
Okay.
needs to stay with me longer, they have to sign a new contract. I have had clients that have stayed with me for 18 months because their goal was different and their money was different. If you leave the program, because you pay me monthly, if you leave the program for 3 months, you have to give me 60 to 90 days to get you back in the sequence, right? Because now I have to start the process over. And it is easier to work a file for someone who has never done credit repair before versus someone who has.
Why is that?
Because the letters have already gone out, disputes have already been in play. Right? Certain letters are going in. You don't know what the last credit person was doing. Were they factual or were they Metro 2? Most of the times clients don't know what that previous person has done. So now I have to get you back in the flow and back in the rhythm to where the company is seeing this is not frivolous, it's not fraud. I'm literally disputing. Here are the codes, and I'm going to hold your feet to the fire. I have to wait for the system to see that you're serious about doing it, because there are people that will send a letter in on 1 month and then send nothing for 3 months and then send another letter. That's not a dispute flow that's going to work, right? So because of that, and because you don't know what the last credit company did the last company claim that everything was fraud and it wasn't, right? All of those things play a factor as well.
But what do you think of a client, people who charge people a one flat fee opposed to monthly?
I think that so the Fair Credit Reporting Act says that you're not supposed to do that, right? So in theory, you're not supposed to charge a flat fee. Now, there are workarounds that people have. So for instance, you're a tax person. So if you say, hey, if you do your taxes with me, I'll do your credit because I know your credit's bad. So you can pay me $1,000, I'll do your taxes, and I'll do your credit for 6 months. You're giving them, it's an add-on service, but the way that the laws are written is you're not supposed to collect upfront. If you choose to do so, I'm going to tell y'all to CYOA yourselves. Please create an invoice. Please keep that money in savings or like somewhere else, so that if the client does leave beforehand, whatever work is not completed, you can refund them. But the law states you're not supposed to be collecting upfront. Credit repair is supposed to be something that is paid after work has been completed. And according to the new TSR law, I think that's how I say TSR, if you speak to the client over the phone, you ain't supposed to collect nothing for 6 months. So I don't do anything over the phone. All my clients, I talk to them on Zoom. Therefore, I ain't got a TSR. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to find different ways to work around it. But do I have a problem with the flat fee? I do not. I don't even have a problem if you do a flat fee and the person pays installments in what you're doing. My contract tells my clients for 6 months what they're totally going to pay, like what the amount is after the first work fee that they're responsible to pay to me. And with that, if my client chooses to pay the full amount, like if they're like, oh, Raquel, I sent you this amount, or I went and I Zelled you because they know my Zelle information. I will then go ahead and notate that they've paid it, but I will go ahead and send them a monthly invoice that says this is what's left in your balance. And that way, if they choose to get the funds back, I can send them back according to the work that I have not completed. Great question. Any other questions, guys? Boop, ba-doop, ba-doop, boop, boop, boop. Any other questions? Hey, Kev, I'm so sorry I didn't see your name, chat. I was on the short list. Okay, not on the short bus, but on the short list. I didn't see you. Okay, don't worry about that. Charge it to my eyes, not my heart, friend. Charge it to my eyes. Any questions? Hey, Miss Clay, thanks for coming in today. Any other questions, y'all?
Outside of the disputes that are offered with Dispute Panda, and that's all you can offer people on this program, is there another level outside of this?
Repeat the question. I want to make sure I understand.
Is there another level past this? Once you've done your disputing, the person has nice credit. They're like, okay, fine, this is good. I can maintain from this point. Does do we have anything else to offer them outside of Dispute Panda? Is there something
You
that
would
will be
have to create
introduced?
that, right?
You
That would be
create that.
something that
Okay.
you would create. So for instance,
That's a
I have
different
a
platform.
VIP. Yeah, I have a VIP program. So my clients that
Mhm.
graduate from credit repair, they're able
Mhm.
to stay with me and they're billed either they can either do a monthly lower package, and that way if
Mhm.
new debt, because let's be clear, sometimes they don't do what they're supposed to do. If new debt comes on, they do not have to start over from the ground level. They do get a discounted rate to attack that specific new debt, right? But they do have with my program, I give them a personal dispute letter where I make sure their personal information is updated every quarter. They also get invited into any rooms that I have. So like in May, I'm going to have 2 classes. One is going to be on how to read the credit report, and the other one is going to be having a settlement conversation. So old members can come back in and get a refresher. New clients that are within my platform, they have accessibility to that. I also go ahead and kind of have like a little course where my clients can download that stuff for free. Some people can pay for it. Like I put a package together of all the information that I have, and then I can market it to them. But that would be something that you would create. So ideally, this platform is to get your clients credit ready. If you are now moving into the space where you're helping them with funding or financing, or you're a realtor, you know what I mean? Then you're
Mhm.
able to navigate and offer those particular services. But this platform is here to help them get right in these credit streets. Great question.
One more.
Oh, I'm ready
Is
to
there
go.
are there different states that are harder than other states when disputing?
That's a great question. So I have a friend who, so for transparency, I am only certified to work in the Texas area. I'm actually certified. My bond allows me to work for 4 other states because of the bond that I particularly have. It does qualify me that I can work in different states. Personally, however, I only work in 1 state. I do have friends that are in Louisiana and in California. Not really. I don't really think that. I think that like in having the conversations with my core, like I even go to Credit Con, like I'm going to Credit Con this year. And I'm going to be having conversations with other people that are in the credit repair space. Their complaints have been my complaints. Like there hasn't been like, yo, Cali is so smooth. Like, no. Mm-mm.
Okay.
The complaints are the same no matter where it is. The stall tactics are the stall tactics. You just have to know how to pivot and hit them. But I personally, in the roundtable discussions, all of our plights have been the same. Like why I send this letter off and it works, but then 3 months later, I have a new client and all of a sudden it doesn't work. Right now, all of a sudden, y'all are stalling me out. Make that make sense. So it doesn't shift from state to state, in my opinion. Now I'll do some more research and get back to you though.
Okay. Thank you.
My pleasure. So the boot camp that is coming out, the next boot camp is on May 11th and 12th, guys. So if you guys are wanting to have any information on how to be a beast in the credit repair space, for personal or business, I will drop the link to the boot camp so you guys can sign up there. I did drop a question for the Facebook group, and I know Miss Clay is in it, so I will be looking to see if Miss Clay got an answer for the question for the Facebook group. I hold an intensive boot camp that kind of gives information. We go over places where you can get certified. We go over processing. We go over flows. All of those great things. So I am so excited to be able to help with that. So if anyone is in need or want to have a file, want to work on a file, and want to bring it, the 2-day intensive class is May 11th and May 12th. The next one is not going to happen again until July. For you guys to see. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, and you want to talk to me, guys, you can definitely hit me up. Miss Nash, I want to give you a freebie. So I'm going to send you my email. I'm going to send it to you in a private chat. I'm going to send you an email. I'm going to give you a free lead magnet that you can leverage to get new clients or get support. So please just go ahead and send me an email. I'm going to tell y'all right now, my mind is bad. Okay. So please, that ain't my email.
And question, I have this is Kevin speaking. I have a quick question about Dispute Panda. I have a few clients that I'm using, and they seem, I don't know if it's a technical issue, but when I go to the client portal, you know how it usually shows the profile. I have it where like the credit scores, credit scores are getting mixed up. So I'm trying to figure out if it's a software thing or something I'm doing wrong.
No, it is a glitch. So whenever you go into the client's file, you want to refresh because sometimes it'll still lag from the last client you had in the portal. That did happen to me over the weekend. I also reported it and they are aware of the lag time. It's basically a ticker. The best way I can explain is that going from one screen to the next, there's like a time speed and there's a delay in that speed. So that's why you're still seeing the old client's numbers while you're in the new client. Just hit the refresh and it'll work.
Okay, I thought I was going crazy. Okay, no problem. Appreciate it.
No, you ain't crazy, Chad. It's the system. Look, it's never me. It's always them. Okay, so no matter what, it's don't stay toxic. Never mind. That's my cousin.
Got you. Appreciate it.
my cousin would say that, Chad. Don't do that. But if you can email me, Miss Angela, just email me. Please send lead magnet. I will send you out your lead magnet. I've done this like 3 classes, and I promise you, y'all, nobody has signed up for the lead magnet. I don't know why y'all sleeping. Like I'm trying to help in these.
You're calling it the lead magnet?
Yep, it's a lead magnet that I will send out to you and you can leverage it however you need. You'll be able to edit it, make it yours, and give it to your client. All right.
Got it.
Thank you so much for participating.
I'm happy that I stopped what I was doing. Thank you.
Listen, when it's interactive and I'm able to kind of like be loquacious with someone else, I love it.
Look, I hate to be a hater, but I'm glad it wasn't a full class today.
Listen, a lot of people don't talk. Don't worry about it. A lot of people don't talk, Chad. But I do appreciate you guys coming in. If you guys have any questions, let me know. TK, Miss Clay, Kevin, Miss Angela, I appreciate you guys coming in and being a part of today. Again, Wednesday, we are not going to be here this week. I will confirm with the team on Sunday if I will be able to do it on Monday. But if not, our regular scheduled program will happen. You guys will check out the email. We will let you know to come in so you guys can be a beast in these credit streets. Any other questions, concerns, or comments before I let you guys have the rest of your day?
You were amazing and safe travels. I love Jamaica.
Thank you, child. I'm gonna go see my sister in the flesh, honey. So let's see if we stay out of trouble. We're gonna have to try and stay out of trouble. But thank you guys for coming in.
Yeah, that's great. I'm working on getting this credit together so I can buy my villa in Jamaica.
Come on, somebody. And let me know because my cousin's out there are doing real estate so she can find you the land. Okay.
There it is.
All right. Well, y'all have a good night. Thank you for being a beast in these streets. Bye, guys.
Right, bye.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.